What up, bitches? It's the misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant. Okay, as you can see on the screen, I want to talk about this bullshit right here. Sony aiming to recruit female directors for multiple Marvel projects. Let's just get into this shit. I'm really just fucking pissed. Not even in a fucking mood right now. Okay, let's go right here. Sony is now officially developing several movies based around Marvel characters for the SUMC to follow Venom. Sony Universe of Marvel Characters, that's what SUMC stands for, including solo films for the female characters Silk and Jackpot. The studio is also moving forward with Morbius the Living Vampire feature led by Jared Leto and directed by Daniel Espinosa, and has scripts for Night Watch and Kraven the Hunter solo adventures in active development. The latest update on the matter has further revealed that the anti-heroes Silver Sable and Black Cat are now set to headline solo films of their own rather than sharing top billing in the Silver and Black team-up movie that Gina Prince-Bythewood was putting together. According to Variety, Prince-Bythewood is currently expected to produce only the Silver Sable and Black Cat films, having recently turned her attention to adapting Greg Rucka's Old Guard comics for the big screen next instead. However, should that happen, Sony is said to be adamant about replacing her with another female director on the movies. The studio also intends to recruit female directors for several of the developing SUMC films in order to better ensure that the franchise is ultimately inclusive on both sides of the camera. Let me just stop there. Actually, no, let me continue this. The area of on and off screen representation of women is notably one that the cash cow Marvel Cinematic Universe has been weak in since its inception. Jesus Christ. Something that Sony is no doubt aware of as it moves to rapidly build its own Marvel Comics movie franchise and differentiate it from the competition. Warner Brothers and DC Films are likewise angling to get a leg up on Marvel Studios in that department via the female creative-led projects Birds of Prey, Batgirl, and Patty Jenkins's sequel Wonder Woman 1984. Naturally, Marvel Studios is more aware of this issue now and is taking strides to improve in that area in the future. As such, it falls on these studios to actually deliver on these promises next. All right. Let me translate that for you. That means we're just gonna look for female directors that happen to be female. We don't care if they're good. We're just gonna go out and look for female directors so we look good. So in other words, Sony is virtue signaling right now by doing that shit. And let me tell you something. I've said this a couple times on my channel. After Avengers 4, I think I'm done. I'm counting myself out of anything Marvel movie related. I'd say 11 years of dedication from me is good enough. It's been a good run. I'm tired of these niggas trying to push this feminist, you know, forced diversity bullshit. I'm tired of it. And it's totally insane. You know, I love how they invoked Patty Jenkins' name for Wonder Woman. To me, Patty Jenkins is a great director based off of Wonder Woman. You know why? For the simple fact, not only was it a good movie, but the simple fact whenever she's interviewed, she just put out there, hey, listen, I wanted to make a great movie with drama, and it just happens to be a superhero. She didn't sit here and say, oh, I need more representation. Oh, it has to be a female. She didn't run with that. That's why that movie was so goddamn good. And to me, that movie and Patty Jenkins, they're holding up the DCEU to me. You know, because DC movies are average at best, to be honest. But, you know, this idea that you're going to put out, well, they have to be female. And we're only, it's like only females can direct in a sense, you know, like with this Silver Sable and Black Cat project that's supposed to be coming out. It's almost as if they're falling into that trope that, oh, only a female can direct that. No, how about a good goddamn director? The gender shouldn't fucking matter. And y'all ain't getting this. This is why Comics Gate right now is winning, and I'm glad that they're winning, because they're exposing this bullshit. Look, just make good stories. It don't matter if the director or the creator is a fucking female, okay? I'll give you an example. I remember the Incredible Hulk from the late 1970s with Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno. I believe it was season 2 or 3. They had a season premiere titled Married, where David Banner's character met Carolyn, I forget her last name, but he married her, and she had a disease that she was dying from. And look, without getting too far into that, I was watching the behind the scenes of Incredible Hulk. There's like a documentary, and that scene, that 2-part season premiere was written by a woman, and it was after the fact that she started talking about, hey, you know, she said, you know, I was a fan of the show. You know, she was already an acclaimed writer. That's why they sought her out. They said, oh, she's a great writer. Let's see what she can do for us. They didn't say, hey, we need a fucking female to go do it. You know, and after the fact, she said, hey, you know what? I did want to see if I could sort of tap into that audience, make it so like everybody else could come see it. And it was she understood the character, she understood the whole mythos surrounding the Hulk and the show and everything. So it seemed it was organic the way that fucking shit was written, and it's a very emotional goddamn 2-parter. It's very good. Go check it out. Incredible Hulk, Married. But she understood that. You know what I mean? It wasn't about her having tits and a vagina. No, she just was a good writer. But this isn't what Sony is saying. I'm telling you, I've had it. I'm done. So I don't know what to tell y'all. You look at comic books right now, particularly Marvel, they're fucking failing pushing this identity politics shit. You look out in the world, sports, particularly the NFL, they're losing money. You look at the Grammys and all these fake Hollywood motherfuckers. They're all losing ratings and shit because they're on their moral high ground telling you how to live and all that bullshit. Stop doing that shit. Just give us your story. That's it. That's all we're asking for. It's not a complicated request. But this shit right here, I hope the movies bomb. In fact, they will, because they haven't learned from Ghostbusters. They haven't learned from Ocean's 8. It's just ridiculous, and I'm tired of this shit. Count me out. I'm done. Call me a sexist or whatever. And that's the other thing that these SJWs do. That's the other thing that pisses me off, is that if these things do bomb because we don't accept it, they're going to come back and say, well, you're a sexist, you're a homophobe, you're a racist, all these. It's the same playbook over and over. You heard it here. So I'm done. I'm not supporting none of this bullshit. Call it what you will. I'll probably watch it for free just to laugh at this shit because I know it's gonna suck. And that's it. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe, share my video, and that's it. Peace, bitches.